Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Alvin here. Today, I just want to do this video partly because of what's going on of late in Singapore. In my last few videos, I talk about, side incomes, talk about the man that's no longer with us, the man that's doing it all and not reaping in any benefit, any reward, and then just having their, but at short end of it, they're no longer with us. They're no longer with us, and there are those that are, at the brink of, brink of despair, depression, whatever you want to call it, defeat, the triple D's, I call it, despair, defeat, depression. I want to take this moment to maybe let you guys know of this channel. This not my channel. I'm also a work in progress, but if you're looking at me, I am putting the work to get my life together. I got out of paycheck to paycheck. I am living a more happier life, trying out new things, learning as I go. I'm 40 this year. For context, I don't have a full-time job. I'm doing a few side hustles, few side income. I have a part-time job. My wife is working. You can, be what as it may. You can comment in my comment section or any of the forums. I don't really care. You just have to be happy with yourself. Know that life is your own life. And with this channel that I'm introducing is, this cowboy, this wise old man. If you are in the educational space, this dry creek Wrangler school, this gentleman by the name of Dewayne Noel. Dewayne with a cigar in his hand, this big beard, this cowboy. His life lessons, his words resonated with me so much that I've actually sat through his entire podcast. He doesn't really do podcasts, but of late he's doing podcasts. But all this while, his videos have resonated with me. And in this podcast, especially done with Chris Williamson, who on the spectrum, he's more of the hustle side of things. This cowboy isn't. He's not the, the hustling crowd, the hustle culture, let's call it. And these 5 life lessons that I want to put forth to you, these snippets of it, I want to address it and let you guys know that it can be done, just not hustling, and before you even go about with your own life, my very first lesson that I want to talk about, what Dwayne talks about is, the relationship with yourself. The relationship with yourself is more like, if you sat down with yourself.
How have you learned to have a better relationship with yourself, the voice inside of your head, to be kinder if things go badly? You're smiling.
I like me. I like me. I would buy me a drink. I look at me now and I see all the warts. Okay, I see all the negatives more than anybody else does. I see the positives. And over the whole balance of stuff, I like me.
You sat down as a friend, looking at yourself as a friend. Do you like him? Do you like him or not? As in, like, will you befriend him? Or will you hate him? Honest to God, do you? For me, I'm happy. I'm happy to be me. I would love to be my friend. To be me as a friend. Why? Because, truth be told, I'm happy the fact that, not because of my past ways I've done. I know what I've gone through, my wrongdoings, my shortcomings, my the mistakes that I made in throughout my life. I'm 40 again. I'm 40 this year. The mistakes in my life, I've kind of overcome that. People have also forgiven me, even though they've not forgotten, but they've forgiven me. The fact remains is I've come through it all, and now I am in a progress, in a journey of progression. Life, to me, if I were to sit down as my friend, as me, I like me. I truly am. I will like me for me. For you, you probably need to sit down and think about it. Whether do you like yourself? As a friend, as someone, to be around with. And that relationship with yourself is one that you have to overcome because society has put forth this one-way path of hustling, and you have to make money, be successful, be everything that you may not want to be. And then if you're already on that path and then you're questioning yourself, maybe sit down and think about it, that relationship with yourself. Yeah, just maybe have a better one, so to speak. Think about it. That relationship is, I know it might be hard to think about it, where I got the time to even do it, but I would argue the fact that you should put time for yourself to know yourself before embarking on other stuff, so no matter. Which brings me to another thing, which is the second life lesson, is success. Everybody thinks about the success in the grand scheme that you hit your $1 million, you open you close a very big deal, you maybe even earn $1 million. Congrats to you. I truly am. But for me, the mundane tasks, the successes are truly as important to one's individuality, rightfully so, because if you're looking at other people's success and you can't mimic or can't be there, that doesn't mean that you are a failure.
If you look at it, like in math, you study your negative numbers and your positive numbers in math. Okay, so you've got a chart, and let's start to my left. You've got -5, -4, -3, -2, -1, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And in life, you're at -5. And people tend to think, and sometimes we tend to think, until I'm at 2, I didn't accomplish anything. But getting from a -5 to a -4, that's a victory. And then so we
avoiding going from a -4 to a -5.
Yes.
That's why you're being hard on yourself. And this Dewayne, Mr. Dewayne, he put it outright to you that, celebrating the mundane successes is as good as being successful in life. Like, if you are not putting any issues, any giving problems to another person, like if someone needs to have a seat, you gave up your seat. If someone gives you a task and you finish the task, in the allotted time, if you have, shown gratitude to something, these mundane things, it might feel that is nothing to you. But if you think about it and reflect on it, it can do you wonders, because as you go about your day-to-day life, it's tiring already to see other people's success. Look at yourself. That's where your relationship with yourself truly matters. That's why I will urge you, like for me, later on, I'm going for my run. And after the run, I feel good about myself. I'll pat myself on the back that I did good. Whether the run is good or not, I did it. I made the effort. I celebrated that success. Not for the success of how many kilometers I'm going to run, but I'm going to do the run. Or made the effort to run. Or even make the effort to do something. Even this video that I'm doing, the effort to do it, to showcase to you whether it does any good or bad, for my channel, whether it's successful or not. Not say I don't really care, but I'm going to celebrate it as it is because I did this video for all to see, and I'll take the criticism on the chin, and so be it, because I believe that there's value in what I do. That's why I'm putting forth the videos that I make. So here comes the next thing is, I'm 40 this year. Dewayne is much older than I am, the cowboy that I'm reflecting on. And if you're wondering, this podcast, his link is below, his channel also below. Go and see it, If you're like me, who don't really like the hustle culture, and also want to improve yourself, his words do resonate with you. I didn't really look for these kind of role models because I was thinking of getting out of the slum that I was in. And then somehow this cowboy was showing up. And for context, I'm more into the American culture anyway. So that's where I would resonate more towards it. But then if you listen to him and you just take a moment to just listen to him, you might have some takeaways from it, as do you listening to me. So the next thing is, I'm 40, he's 60. It takes experience to know very little of what you know. Think about it. It does not mean that as you grow older, you have all the experience and then you know everything. It's not. It's actually the other way around. That you know very little. And to those that actually think that they know it all, I mean, it's the way it is, the way they are. And if you're not that kind of person, then just not be around him, I guess. I don't know it all. I'm 40. I'm still learning as I go. I have my own thoughts, but I would go about learning from everybody, As with my part-time work, I'm a pick and pack worker, The TikTok sellers is a new realm of possibility for me. That does not mean I will be one with them. Like I mentioned, before I'm more towards the back end, I like to do the back end work for them. And I'm happier for it. Doing this YouTube to recap what I'm going through, what I've done, and hopefully you guys don't fall into the same mistake as I am. And then of course with eBay and everything, it's all a matter of life's work that you feel fulfilled. So as you go along, you learn more things, you embark on it, and then you put you forth with your own life experience, and then hopefully it enriches you as you go along this path of life, because at 40 there's still more to go. Which brings me to another point is, a lot of you feel that you're feeling anxiety, you're feeling, stressed out, you're feeling, that something's not right in this world. I'm on the camp. I'll be frank, you can lambast me all you want. You can always say it out loud that it's it's the world. Or I don't really care. It's men or humans don't need therapy. You just need gratitude. Gratitude goes a long way. Be contented, to have gratitude that this the way it is, that life is unfair. Life is just not what it is. And to show gratitude means a lot to yourself, to your own well-being, because it helps neutralize a lot of bad thoughts. I'll be frank with you, it does. It's like, why is this guy so rich? Why is he doing better than me? Why he can afford this? Why he can... It's all the littlest things that they are doing, Why is he so daring? Why is he so calm? Why is he so, why all the whys? But look at yourself and then to take heart that in your own life, there must be something that's going for you. That you should take stock of your own life and see what's right and wrong. The right path of what you're doing, the things that you're doing right should be, there. And the wrong ones, you try and eliminate, and exchange it with good habits. That's where I would, I talk about my 1% change. It's right out there. It's being gratitude that you're doing it, you're improving yourself, and be happy with that you are improving. The balance in it. Dwayne, this cowboy, talks about balance. You're not balanced if you're just hustling all the way. That's a given. It's also the other extent of spectrum, you're being lazy. It's also not right. Also, you're gaming all day, not doing anything all day, all night, you're just playing. While on the other hand, you're just working. There must be a balance between the two. And that balance is also very different for everybody. You can look at other people's successes. They also have their own problems. The rich doesn't mean they have it all. Of course, the poor definitely don't have it all because they're poor. But to have the balance and then to have the right mindset that life needs to find its way and it's not one end of the spectrum will be beneficial for you. And that's where Dwayne, he's more of the anti-culture, because hustle culture is really, really killing a lot of people. Because like I mentioned in my last video, I talk about the people that actually think of money before they even think of themselves. That's not right. You should actually think for yourself. Which brings me to finance. The last thing that I want to talk about is to afford things, you don't really need to earn a lot of money. Of course, if you want to own a Lamborghini, that one's a big ticket item that even the rich also will think twice of buying because the Lamborghini is so fucking expensive anyway. So things that you want to buy, like for me, I'm into action figures, as you can tell from the back. You have to realize that to afford things, there are certain things that you just say no.
You had 7 kids.
Mm-hmm.
Were you rich? How do you afford 7 kids? A lot of people at the moment have a problem. I can't start a family. I don't have enough money. I don't have the X, Y, and Z. It's one of the most common reasons people have for not starting families yet.
I said, we say no. We just say no. No, we're not going out to eat. No, we don't need satellite TV. No, you don't need $100 pair of basketball shoes. No, we don't have to have TV dinners. No, my wife can cook. You just say no.
To go through life and you want to be financially free, you can just say no. Like, people are into cafe hopping. You can try, but you don't need to do it every day. You can just say no. If your friends want to do it, just say no. If you are eating, you want to eat lunch or dinner, I don't know where this concept of, you're belittling yourself, you're not giving yourself face that you are eating hawker food. I love my hawker food fare. I don't know where this idea comes that you have to always eat out. Eating out is so damn expensive. Just saying no, telling yourself that no, it's okay. Saying no helps with your mental state. You need not have to be everything that's right or yes, or you have to go and do everything and be everyone's yes man. You don't have to. It's you and your own journey alone. Prices keeps increasing. Inflation will always be there. And is more prevalent now than more so than ever. And if you're pushing yourself just to afford things, just for the sake of affording things, it does not work that way. I've been there. I'm telling you right now, it's not healthy. It's not. It never is. So, like I said, these 5 lessons from this cowboy, you should go and listen to him. And then as an average Singaporean, listening to him, much as he's an American, he's a Westerner, and I'm an Asian, there's so much things in common that hustle culture is not right for everybody. There is a place and time for hustling, and there's always a time for rest, to be yourself and to just sit back and relax. That's where a lot of people don't understand it, which might think that I, might be the lazy one. If they think of it that way, then so be it. But you have to take stock of your life and then figure out that it is what it is, that you need to be more mindful of your life and go forth and conquer it. And the progression, one step at a time helps in your well-being. So I hope there's some takeaway in this video. Thank you so much for watching. Take care, everyone. I'll see you in my next video. Bye-bye.